What's up, guys? My name is Sean, or the Minecraft Avatar, and today I want to talk to you all about WorldEdit. It is an incredibly useful tool to make amazing landscaping projects and mountains and ravines and other amazing creations. The problem with it is not everyone has access to it, since it's pretty much only on Minecraft servers and with op or admin access. Plus, it requires downloading things if you are getting the mod version, and not everyone wants to download stuff online. Just saying. How do you do something like that in vanilla Minecraft if you with just a few commands? This is a structure, a mountainous landscaping project I did in probably 15 to 20 minutes total for the actual structure itself. I had to change the blocks out, and then I planted some trees and some bone meal, but that was just not part of the actual structure itself. This is really only 2 commands to make this amazing structure. And no, when I teach you all how to do this, you are not just copying this exact same structure again. You can design this however you want to. Any kind of landscaping project from here on out is a breeze with this. You just gotta do a simple setup for it, and then you can jump in with your little brush tool and go through and brush together your own terrain. Now, let's make some mountains. But before we actually get into that, make sure to slap that like button and subscribe, because as you see right here, most viewers who watch my channel are actually not subscribed. So please, if you want to, if you enjoy the content, go down there and click that subscribe button to watch all the new tutorials, command creations, as well as Wayside SMP. It is much appreciated. Thank you. So right here, we have base game stuff. We have some 3 game rules to do for all command block creations. From here on out, always do these 3 commands beforehand. It will help reduce a ton of lag and makes the game way easier to run. First thing you're going to do is gamerule commandBlockOutput false. Just like that. Gamerule commandBlockOutput false. Type it just like that. Once that's done, hit done, push the button, and it makes it so command blocks will not actually output anything into the game chat or into the server console. Similar thing here, gamerule sendCommandFeedback false. This way, if I did /weather clear, it doesn't appear in the chat. I've already done it, that's why it's not doing it right now. And lastly here, gamerule logAdminCommands false. This will just make sure the commands themselves do not get logged in the console by admins. So I just typed in weather clear. This way this would not get logged in the console. Save some lag on your server or in your single player world. No problem. Once those 3 are done, you never need to type those in ever again. And that is complete. Next up, when a player is using this WorldEdit system, do these 2 game rules. It will make the system way easier, way less laggy. However, it does contradict base survival Minecraft with these 2 game rules. So if you're playing normal survival Minecraft, maybe turn these things back off. Game rule doEntityDrops false, doEntityDrops false, just like that. Capitals the way they are just here. Power that on. And also right here, game rule randomTickSpeed 0. This is the speed at which game functions in the game happen. Like the grass right here, it will change to grass normally from dirt. However, right now with this powered, we have set all of it to 0, so all the time the game is basically frozen in terms of Minecraft functions of blocks. So with this here, grass won't grow, crops won't grow, systems like that will just not work quite right, which is very, very helpful to make it so the blocks in our system of WorldEdit do not try and change as we're making it. Very important system. Alright, next up here is the actual commands. It's not complicated at all. I have 2 here because I have 2 things I am brushing with. I am brushing with a sand sphere and I am brushing with a sand circle. That is what my brushes will be. To make it very easy, you customize your own brushes in this system by building them first yourself. They have to be built in the world while you're making it, because what you're really doing is using the clone command. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm cloning from here to here to where I'm looking and filtering out the glass block so it only clones as a sand sphere, allowing it to fall naturally into place, making a fun spherical structure. Now, the way I'm doing it is actually pretty simple. We are executing, all these commands will be in the description by the way. We are executing as all players who are in creative mode, who are holding in their hands their selected item they're holding in the hotbar is a wooden axe. I did that because like the WorldEdit brush in the actual plugin, but only if that brush, if that wooden axe, is in their first hotbar slot. Slot 0B means this first slot right here where the command block is. So if I put a wooden axe there, the system is currently turned off, so nothing's going to happen. But I put a wooden axe here, and I highlight it over it. Nothing happens right now, but that would be when it indicates that the brush is active. And there is no clicking needed. It will just be when I look at it and I drag it around, the brush will work. Let's get back into this, shall we? So executing, all players who are in creative mode, who are holding the wooden axe in their first hotbar slot, at their own position, so when they're looking, we're executing at the players doing this, at them in that position, position them 15 blocks ahead of where they are looking, and once all that's out of the way, all we're doing is running a clone command. And the only thing here you all will change is this thing. Everything else keeps the exact same in the system. And I'll show you why. So 12, 4, 2, and 19, 11, -5. Right here. Clone 12, 4, 2, 19, 11, -5. So everywhere inside of this crimson nylium block area is this. The same thing I just had in here actually. 12, 4, 2, 19, 11, -5. And I will clone it right here to -3, -2, -3 of where I'm looking. And then filtering out only sand. So it will only clone this area in sand. This is the same thing over here. The exact same thing with the coordinates of these. And you do not want these to run at the same time. So I have this right here to toggle in between them. You don't need the system at all. This is just to help me make a quick little T flip-flop. So it will go here. If I hit the button, it will then go here. If you want to see how to make that, there's another video in the description. It's very simple. Just some 3 droppers and a hopper. So right here, it is now on. I'm going to teleport to my area here. I'm going to build on right here. So the way this works is when you're hovering over this, like I said, it'll be a little bit laggy right here, but it will spawn in wherever I'm looking, when I'm holding the axe, the sphere shape. If I do it quickly, you can see it's in a sphere, and then it falls down. Now there is an actual issue with this. You do not want to do this if there are any blocks already here. If I did it in a tree here, it will actually, if I go through here, it overwrites the blocks that it's already in. So it does not go around and fill in the air blocks. It will not mask around. It will actually overwrite current structures. So you want to make sure you're doing WorldEdit in an open space or in a place where there's no current structures already made. Not a problem. So this is already making a decent looking hill here. You just drag it out and you get this awesome terrain shape, and you drag it up straight like that and you can get spikes like this. It's beautiful and amazing, and I really love this technique. This is a technique many people use in actual WorldEdit as well, but here we're doing it in 100% vanilla Minecraft with just one little command, and that is it. You just go over the first slot while holding the wooden axe, and it just proves to you, I'll put a sapling here, it does not work with anything else besides the wooden axe. So I always quickly move off of it just so I can get the right shape I want, like that. And I'll fast forward a bit so you all can see a little more results. All right here. So I know what some of you are probably thinking, this looks terrible. It's just a pile of sand. How do we get from here to there? Well, for one thing, patience. It takes a lot of patience to do that. But really what you do, story pretty fast, it's probably about a minute, and that's it, minute or two of that shape. What I'm going to do now is switch it to the flat shape of this circle here, not the sphere, and then I'm going to head back over to where it's building, and you'll see it now it just switched and toggled it to a flatter discus shape here. And this is a great tool because it can be used to smooth out terrain. And if I want to make a plateau shape, I can just hold this here until it stacks up evenly like that, and I can do something like this here and start making it a little less even all around it to help make a more natural shape. To help reduce lag even more, if you stick the sand inside and drag outward, and there's less blocks actually spawning, reduces lag a whole lot more as well. So I always try to make a base structure as fast as I can and build off of it like that instead of just constantly making new separate things. To change a brush, all you gotta do is change what you're cloning. That's it. And I use sand or gravel because they will fall down to make a more even terrain. You could use stone or grass, whatever you want, but it will make it so it floats around the sky and does not make an even shape. This is my final shape. I know it's rough on this side, but of course you all can smooth that out whenever you want to, or always just go in, once you change the way you look, you can go add more and make it look even better. Because the best part about this technique is you can always edit it later. I can add more right here, like that, and voila, it's added. And when I morph this over here, I can morph this over here too, and just add on more to the structure. There is literally zero trouble with that, and just making add-ons and constantly adjusting your terrain. Super simple, super easy. And the way we do that is like this. We're going to start with this command right here, grass block. What we're doing here is we're going to execute as the player. First type in execute as, and then all players, no, I'm going to do your player name. So execute as I'm Ang456 at S, the person running this command. You can do the same thing again, your name, but I do at S because it will do the exact same thing and it's faster. And then run a fill command, filling this area here, just like this. Grass block replace sand. So you see here we're executing as me, running this command at me, at my position, filling -10x, level 3, so ground level, -10, z, and then 10 above me, 10 z around me. Grass block replace sand. So what this does here, if I turn this on, you can see right here, it is turning all of this to grass blocks. And this is why it was so important earlier on to turn randomTickSpeed to 0. Because otherwise, so many of these blocks right here would constantly be changing to dirt, causing far, far more lag as we paint this entire structure to grass blocks. And why do we want it to be grass blocks, you might ask? Well, I'll show you. It's really, really simple. And you see, these look off. This doesn't match here. This does not look like an awesome mountain structure yet. And you will see exactly why. Let's turn this off now. And now is when you change the tick speed to something huge, like 1000. And now all of these, all of this, will be fixed. And what that just did is kept the grass layer right here at the top, but made the dirt underneath exposed back to normal dirt. I'm going to set it back to 0, so we can make work easier again. And now we're going to do the same thing we just did before with the replacing sand to grass blocks. We're going to replace all of the dirt with stone. So let's look at this command here. You can see execute as myself, running at myself, the command to turn an area around me to stone instead of dirt. So you can see this. We're going to paint this all here because we preserved the top layer here. There is no problem. Beautiful, beautiful stone blocks. Now that's it. That's all there really is to it. If you want to add stuff like spruce like I did, that's no problem. It's really easy to do. You just, of course, plant some pine trees. And blah, blah, blah. They are all starting to pop up slowly. If that doesn't work fast enough for you, there you go. If you don't like the puzzle, same thing as these, but turning puzzle to grass blocks. That's all it is. This is a super simple system. But Sean, how do you make the brushes? To make a brush, all you gotta do is build something. You could do a brush that's just this, and clone from here to here. But just make sure that whatever you're cloning in the corners is the whole thing. So I made a sand sphere here, so it would easily drop down, make a rounded-ish structure to make natural-ish landscapes. And I did a nice flat circle here to make a nice smooth landscapes. Same thing here. All you gotta do is make something. What I'm going to do here is show you all how to make the actual sphere there really easily. It's just 4, up, 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 and that is the base, and then 3, 4, in, 3, 4, in, and then connect it, and you have a little circle. Not hard to do. And because this is going to be even like that, we're going to do just this same thing and repeat it on this side. And then again, same thing here, repeating the same circle shape. As you can see here, we are repeating the exact same shape on all sides. You want to make sure it is completely filled in with no hollow parts for when you build this. And that's what you're doing right here, this simple shape. You can make any circle you want, any shape you want. It again doesn't have to be spheres. I think a sand or a gravel sphere is the easiest to work with for this scenario. And then all you're doing right here is you're filling in the inside part here, like that. And of course, then you do this to make it nice and full and even. This is just our base sphere. And then all you gotta do is pop down inside, fill all of it in. Every air block inside of this must be filled, and do not do this with fill commands, because then you might fill blocks outside the circle by accident, and that just causes more issues. So just fill this in by hand, and then once your sphere is done, make 2 points in the outer corners that contain the entire space that you want to have to clone as your brush. Now before you turn all of your stone to glass, make sure there's something to hold it up, because sand has gravity. So if I turned all this stone right here into sand right now, all of my hard work would fall apart. So in your first corner piece, you do fill, and type in that again, and then do fill, tab, space, tab, space, tab, to get the coordinates, and sand, replace stone. And now this entire sphere is made of sand. Once you have it all completed, you go and type in here where it would be these coordinates x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2, and replace that part. That is all you replace in the command. Same place you did the fill commands, the same points you can use again. Clone all this area, filter this to sand. And that's it. That is all we're doing there. So I'm taking these new coordinates here and putting them in here. So now, if I took my wooden axe again, it will now copy this sphere right here. And there you go. And once you're done using WorldEdit, make sure to turn off this so it goes back to true, and make this 3, because the randomTickSpeed of the game is naturally 3. And that is it! Now you have your structures in place, you have your WorldEdit in place. This is all vanilla Minecraft. I'm currently playing on Java Edition 1.16.4. It does work in some other versions, but this is what I'm playing on right now. Thank you for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and please subscribe for more fun command tutorials and creations. This is part of a new series I'm making called Map Maker's Toolkit. Hope you all enjoy. See ya! Bye!